Headline. This homestand ends here for the Timberwolves as they get ready to hit the road. Big story is the return of Karl-Anthony Towns from being injured. We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Jimmy Butler survived a tough upbringing in
Thanks, David. You can tell Butler has a good head on his shoulders, an elite talent in this league because of the hard work he puts in. About halfway into the season, Doris, teams are already separating themselves from the pack. What are some of the elements you are looking for right now as you take a look at those top teams and trying to figure out a championship contender?
It's about the players, right? You got to have players. You got to have stars. The contending teams always have at least 2 or 3 stars. So let's begin there. The other part is you've got to have the right role players around the stars. Think about the Draymond Greens. Think about the Kevin Loves. Guys in those positions that are in support of maybe the guys who have the ball in their hands. Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron James. There's got to be an unselfishness, a professionalism, a commitment. All the things that make championships possible on any number of levels.
So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. MKG and Zeller at the forward duo. Jordan is out there with Kemba Walker. And it's Kaminsky in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Teague. 14 points from him the last game against Phoenix. Towns, a screen on Walker. Shot clock at 6. The shot by Butler, nobody around. That's good, and so Teague with the assist.
This is exactly what you hope for from your point guard, Jeff Teague, unselfishly pulling all the right strings.
Jordan can't get it to go. On defense, Charlotte. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
Yeah, but they didn't roll over in that game. Had a good chance still to pull out the victory. Just couldn't come through in crunch time.
You know, here's the thing. They played hard. Strategy was solid. They had a couple of lulls, and it really cost them.
Here's Teague. Kemba Walker making his last shot. And stolen by Jordan. And they're on the break. And there's the feed to Kaminsky. Fires the 3. And Zeller kicks to Jordan. Back to Zeller. Charlotte moving it around. There's the dish to Jordan. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That one is on Towns. Charlotte shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And so Jordan nails both of them.
I think it's best to avoid putting this guy at the line if possible, but that's obviously easier said than done.
Floats it up for Butler.
And watch out when Butler gets going on offense. He's fantastic at shooting once he gets in a rhythm. And watching Jimmy Butler, he just offers so much on offense from a scoring standpoint. You know, obviously he can get to the rack and draw the defense to him. Also really improved his ability to knock it down from beyond. Just a complete offensive player.
For Charlotte, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's Jordan. A rebound by the Timberwolves. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
I think, Greg, you can't expect to win with that kind of effort. The defense was nowhere to be found, and it cost them all night long.
Now here's Jordan. He had a 36-point outing in the last game against Denver.
And a gigantic game for him at the free throw line. He was an instigator, drawing a ton of contact and really just hunting for the whistle.
Towns the screen. Teague dishes to Butler. Towns with it. Now guarded by Kaminsky. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Butler.
Oh, what a big-time move by Karl-Anthony Towns, undeterred with a hand in his face.
And Walker kicks to Jordan. 1:22 left in the first quarter of the game. Chalk up 2 there.
Well, this is the classic hot hand, right? If he can keep it up, their lead will be safe.
T kicks to Butler. He dishes it to Towns. Over Kaminsky. The kick out to T. They grab their own miss. Bosh feeds it to T. Back to Bosh. Teague against Walker. Towns sets the pick for Teague. Three-pointer. Butler tries yet again. And again, Karl-Anthony Towns. Towns has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, such work ethic. Towns brutal on the offensive glass.
And here's Jordan outside. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5 for 8 night shooting.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
To the right side. 17-foot shot on the way. And again, it's Minnesota.
Oh, my goodness. The defense looking helpless in that instance, doing all they can. But ultimately, Jeff Teague beats them with better offense.
Now here's Jordan. He's got 13. Kid Gilchrist, the pass to Jordan. And they double up Jordan. Dishes to Kaminsky. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Another shot. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not. But sure enough, they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And his average at the line stands at about 79% right now. So solid numbers in that department.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Towns, he's checked in for Olynyk. Gibson comes in for Jang. Wiggins is checked in for Jimmy Butler. And it's Teague in for Jamal Crawford. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Cody Zeller's checked in for Kaminsky. Jordan comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Josh Richardson's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Brogdon. And Charlotte, looking at who they've got. We've got Jordan. Matthew Dellavedova is out there with Josh Richardson. Then there's Al Farouk Aminu. And it's Zeller in at the 5. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Mr. Incredible in their last matchup against the Nuggets put on a show. He finished with 36 points, and he made them pay for the fouls, getting a lot of free throw attempts. He simply took over the game. Looked like he could do whatever he wanted to out there. And we'll see if tonight follows the same script. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you, guys. Could you believe that performance? Wow.
I mean, it was really something to see. I mean, he showed everybody just how special he is when he is on his game.
Well, that was an elite performance, and it didn't seem to matter what approach they used to try to slow this guy down. He had an answer for everything.
Now here's Jordan. After the miss from Karl-Anthony Towns. And just who is providing all the playmaking here tonight? Let's look at the breakdown between the front and backcourt for the Timberwolves.
This backcourt is really shouldering the load in terms of the ball movement and great assists. When you look at the overall contributions compared to the bigs, nice work on distributing the ball.
Free throw good, Jordan. Kemba Walker's checked in for Charlotte. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Jones kicks to Wiggins and stolen by Jordan. Wiggins with the rebound. Timberwolves trailed by 3. Back to Jones. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on Cody Zeller.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Minnesota shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Minnesota making a switch here. Bosh is checked in. Monk's checked in for Charlotte. Count the basket.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Towns, a screen on Jordan. Here's Teague. Got a hand on it.
And this is obviously where you'd like to see a 2-for-1.
Absolutely. You have to execute. No reason why they can't get a couple of chances at scores.
Towns in the corner. 3-pointer. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Jordan kicks to Walker. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. They set the pick. It's Jordan on the wing. Shoots from 8. Not going to go that time. Towns with the defensive effort. Outside Teague. Jones from outside. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, you have scored very efficiently in the first half, so what has the mindset been?
DA, my mindset is the same I've had my whole life, baby. Any shot I take is a good shot. Actually, hold up. Check that. Any shot I take is the best shot. It's like a sliding scale, right? You know, some of the shots I take would be considered a bad shot for anyone else. But when I do it, you know, I feel like it was the best chance we had to score that trip down. You feel me?
I do feel you. I felt you right there. You're right. See, I felt you. Thanks. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of action following halftime. Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. And Mr. Incredible has been sensational.
Oh, well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
I think, Greg, we're seeing a couple things. Terrific play calling, unselfish nature, and quality shooting. That makes for good offense.
Teague runs the point with Butler at his side. They're the backcourt. Wiggins is out there with Chris Bosh, and it's Towns in at the center position. So that's who Tom Thibodeau starts the second half with.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Doors with every team now having shooters who can space the floor is such an important part of their offense. Who are some of the best players at taking advantage of that with the dribble drive?
Well, there's certain guys who you sit there and say, there's no way I'd ever want to be a lone defender in transition trying to deal with the ferocity of a Russell Westbrook drive, the absolute majesty of Kyrie Irving's handle, the combination of strength and athleticism of LeBron James. I just want to tell those defenders, you better step back, boys, and get out of the way.
You know, you make such a great point. As much as I admire the three-point shooting of Steph or Clay and the majesty of LeBron, the dribbling ability of Kyrie Irving, to me, is absolutely jaw-dropping.
This guy does not have explosive athleticism. It's a product of clearly somebody who has always had the basketball in his hands. It's majesty in motion.
And that was a real quick comeback there. Both sides showing some range.
Well, both teams are pulling the trigger right now, showing great confidence from behind that arc.
Now here's Towns. He's got 12.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds. Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
You know, and I'm not seeing any urgency out of this defense, especially considering the deficit in the score. Here's
what Minnesota's going with right now. Olynyk, he's checked in for Towns. And it's Jang in for Chris Bosh. The Hornets also with a sub. Batum's checked in. Timberwolves trail by 9. Teague with the ball. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around. Here's Olynyk. And the shot no good, a bit short.
That's one he knows he should have drained. And when you look at Kid Gilchrist, and he is certainly known for his ability to defend and attack the rim. He's a terrific athlete, and he uses that athleticism on both sides of the floor. And just the prototype when you look at the position.
Yeah, you can't afford to let Gorgui Dieng float around on the offensive glass. He's going to find a way to hurt you.
A shot by Jordan, no good.
His high percentage shot right at the rim, and he's wondering what happened.
Teague with the ball. He's picked up by Walker. Three-pointer, Butler, and that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Now just a 4-point Hornets lead. And you look at the size and game of Kid Gilchrist. He is the opposite of what most GMs look for in that 3 spot. But Greg, he makes it work.
Yeah, I mean, most teams want a tall 3 that can stretch the floor. Kid Gilchrist isn't that, but still gets playing time because he's effective when on the floor. If you play defense like he does, you're going to find a way to get on the floor.
On the sideline, let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, analytics has taken over the NBA, but Minnesota coach and president of basketball operations Tom Thibodeau says it doesn't tell you everything. He said analytics can measure a lot of things, but it's very difficult to measure drive. The magic is in the work. Kevin?
And Tom Thibodeau makes a good point, D.A. Analytics is certainly helpful, but it doesn't capture everything. But they get it back. The pass to Kaminsky. Walker with a clean look. Bounces high and drops. Walker's got 10 points. Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. This their first chance this season playing Charlotte.
And going back a season ago, it was a win for both sides in their 2 meetings.
You know, despite the disparity in talent, these 2 teams played each other tough last year. Let's see how competitive they are this time around.
Taj Gibson's checked in for the Timberwolves. Jones comes in for Teague. And then for Charlotte, Monk's checked in for Michael Kidd Gilchrist. And Brogdon subbed in for Walker. Now, here's Monk. 10-point lead. This is their biggest.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
Here's Jones. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Here's Wiggins. No good off the front. Here's Jordan. Some solid defense from Butler.
Boy, I didn't think he had a chance of stopping that lay-in. What a gutsy defensive play.
There's 31 seconds left to play in the third. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
And sometimes we've got to give credit to the Butler, refining his mid-range Jimmy, doing work.
In the corner, it's Monk. They set the pick. And here's Jordan outside. Drills it from outside. Jordan's got 10 points here in the second half.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
I'll tell you, you got to admire the energy. This guy really wants to put this one away.
And so it's Charlotte holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And from a recent huddle, let's listen in on head coach Steve Clifford.
That was all decision making. Great job with the personnel. We didn't get spread out, and we ran down the rebounds. Those are ones we're going to get. We got to get those long rebounds.
And Steve Clifford emphasizing hustle, especially with respect to rebounding.
And, you know, teams are addicted to long-range shooting nowadays. That leads to a ton of long rebounds, and if you don't pick those up, it puts you at a disadvantage.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the Taj Gibson's check. An almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Frank Kaminsky, he's checked in for Batum. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist comes in for Monk. Jordan, he's checked in for Richardson. And Walker subbed in for Malcolm Brogdon. And now here comes Jones leading the break. Yep, that one goes in there.
Boy, that's terrific vision on the part of Butler. Knows the offense is not created in a vacuum. Keeps the teammates involved. Always puts a smile on their face.
And Kidd-Gilchrist kicks to Kaminsky. Walker dishes to Jordan. Over Butler. And again, the Hornets missing. Timberwolves trail by 15. Outside Gibson. Down low. It's Butler that time on the assist from Gibson. 14 points for Butler.
Well, this is where Butler loves to get to work. Just challenges the heart of this defense.
And they double up Jordan. Over to the left wing. Back to Walker. 6 to shoot. Jordan kicks to Kidd-Gilchrist. Charlotte moving the ball around. Kaminsky. Rebound Minnesota. Towns has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Bosh high post. It's stolen by Kaminsky. Here's Jordan. Minnesota with the rebound. Towns has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for Charlotte.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Great timing, anticipation. They got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum of this game.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Jordan.
Boy, with all the work he did at the offensive end, it seemed to me to take a toll on the defenders. They could neither match his energy nor his intensity.
Charlotte no good that time either. And the Timberwolves with possession here, trailing by 10. Offensive rebound, second shot opportunity, and Towns finishes inside.
Towns is not fully developed at this point. Scouts feel someday he'll play in the 260, 270 range.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
And all the energy has been sucked out of this arena. This is not what the fans came to see.
Well, they took the crowd completely out of this game, and when you get a lead like that, it's sort of deflating for the home crowd. What a solid victory on the road.
One shot, mind the lanes.
And that's curtains for him. Some really good work at the charity stripe to close this one out.
Now the Timberwolves with it. 11-point game. Screen by Olynyk. Here's Gibson. And the first shot of the night for him missing. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
Hey, DJ.
Hey.
Great game out there. Look, Shaq and the guys want to talk to you in the studio.
Really?
So stand, right this way. Stand here,
Okay.
and we'll get you set up. Perfect.
It's good.